Good afternoon, everyone. I have the distinct honor to serve as your Master of Ceremony at this afternoon's event, the third in a series of ceremonies that formalize the regulation of land ownership in various communities around the island. At this juncture, I invite you to stand for the singing of the national anthem, which would be done by Miss Elizabeth Lawrence. Thank you very much. Please remain standing as we invoke God's blessing on this afternoon's proceedings. Father, we come today asking for your guidance and blessings. We ask that you bless the proceedings. Give us a lovely time this afternoon between brethren, family, and friends. In Christ's name, amen. Please be seated. Before we begin, permit me to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guest, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Prime Minister of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 8. Honorable Lanine Blanchett, Speaker of the National Assembly. Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Deputy Prime Minister, Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 1. Honorable Conris Maynard, Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 3. Honorable Marsha Henderson, Parliament Representative for Constituency Number 2. Honorable Samuel Duggins, Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 4. Honorable Dr. Joyel Clark, Minister of Sustainable Development. Honorable Garth Wilkin, Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs. Other distinguished members of Cabinet, Your Excellency Ambassador Cedric Liebert, Ms. Shesdua Tyson, Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Ms. Colincia Levine, Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Environment, Climate Action and Constituency Empowerment. Other permanent secretaries present, directors and other members of staff of the Ministry of Sustainable Development et al. And other line ministries, residents of Constituency 8, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to welcome you to this special land distribution ceremony for the residents of St. Peter's in the great state of constituency number 8. Today I stand before you to speak about one of the most vital resources that sustains life, fuel economies, and shape our future. Land is not just dirt and soil. It's the foundation of our communities, heritage, and identity. Empowering our people to utilize and manage land responsibly is essential for sustainable development, food security, and economic growth, pillars of the Sustainable Development Agenda. When we empower farmers and local communities to access, to own, and to control, we unlock their full potential. This leads to increased productivity, poverty reduction, and social stability. Land empowerment goes beyond mere access. It involves education, legal rights, and equitable policies that protect the rights of all, especially the less fortunate. It requires transparency, land governance, and recognition of the rights of you, the people, ensuring that no one is left behind. This is the forward-thinking initiative to which the government, through the Ministry of Sustainable Development, has committed for the benefit of the citizens of our beloved country. Please join with me in applauding the government for this important undertaking. By investing in land rights through the regularization of land ownership, government is paving the way for empowerment and resilience of its citizens through innovation, environmental stewardship, and resilience against climate change. Land regularization is not just about ownership. It's about creating opportunities for people to thrive, to preserve our natural resources, and to build a sustainable future. By this initiative, the government has committed to fostering an inclusive approach to land management, one that promotes fairness, sustainability, and prosperity for all. Together, we can harness the true potential of our land and create a better tomorrow, not only for us, but for our future generation. Thank you, and congratulations to everyone. At this point, I will now invite my minister, the Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, to deliver remarks. As you're aware, Dr. Clark has been at the fore championing the Sustainable Island State Agenda. Kindly join me in welcoming her to the podium, please.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much, Chairperson. I feel like I'm home. Why am I having this strange feeling, strange but welcoming feeling? Yes, it is Labour land. Prime Minister and Parliamentary Representative for Constituency 8, all of my very supportive members of Cabinet, and the Speaker of the National Parliament, who has graced us with her presence. Thank you for taking the invitation. Permanent Secretary Doer and Permanent Secretary Levine, ambassadors, and of course, ambassador for this great state, Mr. Cedric Wyberd. It is a good day today for us to be here in Upper Monkey Hill. It is a good day to be here with the people of Upper Monkey Hill doing this exercise of empowerment. And nobody can undo this historic and transformative day. Nobody can undo what your parliamentary representative has been fighting for the past 2 years. Let us give him a round of applause. Even the dog agrees. I mean, the dog agrees. Empowerment of people goes beyond transaction. It's about caring for their lives, their livelihoods, and their families. And this is what the Ministry of Sustainable Development is about. We recognize that the only way you could transition and transform your life is through a piece of paper which says, this land is yours. Actually, this reminds me of a song, and only Minister Maynard can sing it. This land is my land. This land is your land. From every piece of land in St. Kitts belongs to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, in St. Kitts belong to people of St. Kitts. And in Upper Monkey Hill, your representative has made it very clear, unconstitutional, and it is injustice. And I am so happy that I had the opportunity to lead the Ministry of Lands with the Permanent Secretary and the wonderful team at the Ministry of Sustainable Development and Environment to get us to this point. Yesterday at Lagreet, we empowered 68 new homeowners. In New Amsterdam, 25. Today, part one of this exercise will see the empowerment of another 38 homeowners right up here in Upper Monkey Hill. Congratulations. Your MP, my Prime Minister, your Prime Minister has made a commitment to powering progress. And we're doing this through our Sustainable Island State agenda. No matter what we say about the theory and the words we write on paper, this is what is real about sustainability. This is the Sustainable Island State agenda, live and direct. It means you have settlements that are resilient. You went through exercises with our survey team. They told you lots that were close to the guts had to be reconfigured. Lots that were too close to roads had to be reconfigured. You have been working with us, patiently going through the process of ensuring when you have that title, there's no compromising of the land. There is nobody who could say to you that this land doesn't belong to you. And I want to thank you for going through that painstaking process with us. We have far to go to ensure that every person in Upper Monkey Hill has their title, and we are going to get there. I want you to not be confused. Only a Labour government would do this for you. Only a Labour government would give you the land free of charge, minus the stamp duties, which we all have to pay. Only a caring Labour government led by a caring Prime Minister would ensure that the ministry did every single step for you. Do you know that today the AG's office reported to us that persons from Lagreet already went today to pay their stamp duties, to collect their title? That is how serious they are about this empowerment. And that is how serious we were about doing every single step, including the legal steps, and paying for that for you. I must take a moment also to thank our surveyors and our drafters. I have to name some names, led by Director Tuckett and his team. You saw Aixia and Vercel up here regularly. You saw Ishmael, Leon. You saw all of the administrative staff here in blue walking around in your communities. You mightn't see her today, but you saw Janelle Truss right from up here with you, walking through the communities with you, talking to you, asking you, verifying to ensure that everyone was empowered. Please join me in giving the staff a round of applause. But of course, the ministry could not do this alone. And this is where collaboration and cooperation and good governance comes in. Everyone in this government gets the agenda. Everyone in our parliament, in our cabinet rather, understands the agenda. So we must thank the Ministry of Legal Affairs, Justice and Legal Affairs, and the Land Registry in particular, because as my cousin said to me yesterday when he properly set me straight about saying it right, We wouldn't have these registered real titles if it wasn't for the work of the Land Registry Department with the leadership of Shelley Isles and her team. Okay? They burn the midnight oil to make sure we have real certificates to give to persons. Now, the important thing here is that Upper Monkey Hill, this is your community, your great state of St. Peter's. Don't let anyone come here and tell you that you have to move, that you have to pay. No one can move you from this place. The ministry has ensured that this is your land. This was the vision of Papa Bradshaw, that every single Kittitian had access to land, that you had generational wealth through land empowerment. It gives me no greater joy to say to the people of Upper Monkey Hill, thank your Prime Minister, your parliamentary representative, because he insisted and he fought for you. And when this cabinet submission came about regularizing land, it was not going to go anywhere without the people of Upper Monkey Hill. I am so grateful for his support. I close by telling you, you have a caring Labour government. You have a caring Labour leader and Prime Minister. We are here for you. We are here in the ministry to ensure that any kinks, any queries, any questions, you come to us. You visit the Inland Revenue Department on Monday. You make your stamp payments. And you go back to the land registry and you get yourself sought out. You now can go and build, you can do anything you want, and I am so pleased that our ministry worked so well with this community to ensure you are empowered. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. We will now focus our attention on the man of the hour, our beloved Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. Round of applause as he addresses us.
Good people of Upper Monkey Hill. This is where I grew up. This is where I'm from. So I'm always happy to be home. And I'm always happy to see all of you. Let me, of course, recognize a number of persons here with us today, our guests in the great state of St. Peter's, specifically Upper Monkey Hill. So I want to recognize our minister here with us this afternoon, the Honorable Dr. Joya Clark. I want to thank her for her tremendous work in making sure this was possible. Put your hands together for her. Let me complete by recognizing the head table, then I'll go to the rest of the ministers. I want to recognize P.S. Shesdoor Tyson, who is part of this constituency, and P.S., who walked the streets in Upper Monkey Hill making sure that this is possible. And I've brought the cabinet with me. I'm so happy to have my cabinet colleagues because they recognize how important this is for me personally. If there's one reason that I entered politics, it was to ensure that the people of Upper Monkey Hill will be forever empowered. And so I want to introduce you to the Attorney General, and I want the Attorney General to stand up, each of them to stand up so the people can see you and know who you are. I brought the cabinet right here. This is the Attorney General, Honorable Garth Wilkin. And right next to him is the Honorable Marsha Henderson. And in no specific order, right next to her is the Deputy Dr. Jeffrey Hanley. Honorable. And going across, I want to introduce you to our esteemed Speaker of the House, Honorable Lanine Blanchard. And right next to her is our Minister with responsibility for water Energy, Infrastructure Italy, Honorable Conway Maynard. And right next to him is the Honorable Samuel Duggins. So I brought the cabinet to see you. The only reason why Dr. Douglas is not here is because he's away. But I want to acknowledge him as well. And Iseline Phillip, Honorable Iseline Phillip, she's from up here as well. And this land actually belonged to her family. She's away, she's having a baby, so she's not here with us. But I want to acknowledge her as well. And two of our ambassadors who work along with us, they may not be here with us right now, but His Excellency Kenneth Douglas and His Excellency Leonata Nelson, who I want to acknowledge for their hard work in helping the cabinet to achieve this momentous achievement. But allow me to recognize a number of persons from Upper Monkey Hill. Our neighbor, our fellow villager, past representative and ambassador, His Excellency Cedric Liebert. And the roads that you are on, when we were young people, we did not have any roads up here that were dirt. And Cedric Liebert, with the rest of the community, we did our own roads up here. So we will never ever forget that. We are resilient people and we get things done. And a wooden bridge, you remember well. But I want to extend recognition to the good people of this part of the constituency. To all the good people of Upper Monkey Hill, my neighbors for years, my family members, my fellow villagers, and everything else. Welcome this afternoon to this grand ceremony. Put your hands together for yourself. Now, before I got into politics, there had always been an egregious issue in Upper Monkey Hill. Upper Monkey Hill, we the people, we have been here for well over 100 years, whether you know it or not. We can easily do the calculation if you doubt it. You all remember Annie David. Annie David is from right up here, and I see her nephew is right here this afternoon. Annie David died when she was over 100 years old, and where did she live? Right up here. Where you live now. Her brother, this is, I think, the longest living family in Upper Monkey Hill. Hoodie. I think he was David Harvey. Which one? Samuel. Samuel died over 10 years ago, and when he died, he was 90-something plus. So if you count to today, that's easily over 100 years. So it means, therefore, that our families have been here for a long time. When I chase back my my grandmother's grandmother, who was born in the late 1800s. So Irina, that's your great-grandmother as well. She was the midwife for this area, along with Pastor Gums, Reverend Gums' grandmother. And she was here, when you count her back, she was here easily, counting back to when we trace her, she was here well over 100 years ago. That is how long the people of Upper Monkey Hill have been here. And then I did some more studies to find out where the people work. Our forefathers, who were unfortunately slaves in this area, they worked principally for Stapleton. He was a plantation owner. That is why that is called Stapleton. And then we had one of the Leons, and I have his correct name here tonight. Let me give you, he used to own Fountain. He came here in the 18th century, which means 17-something. I just want to give you a history of where we come from, just in case we don't know how long we have been here. We have been here a long, long time. Let me give you his name. He used to own Fountain. He came from France. I'm going to give you his name right now, his full name. I looked it up before I came, because I want us to have the history right. Okay, his name was, let me give you, I looked up his name. I have it right here. Just bear with me 1 second. All right, so his name was, I have it here. It's here, I'm gonna get it. So as soon as I get it, I'll get it to you. All right, so his name, listen, Philippe de Longvier de Poincy. Philippe de Longvier de Poincy. This was the man who came here in the 18th century, and he set up right up here in what we call Fountain. The great house is still there on the foundation. Many of our forefathers worked on that plantation. 2 fundamental plantations. They worked from Cancy morning to Cancy night. The reason why they came to Upper Monkey Hill to live is because this land was hilly and it was not appropriate to grow sugarcane. And so we had to occupy this. This is where we had to live. Our forefathers lived here. So we have been here for a couple centuries. Our forefathers go back a few hundred years. And I am proud to say that in a land where there were slaves, that we have come to occupy this land. But it's not only that one of the descendants of one of those slaves who work on those plantations, he has become, because of you, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. We are resilient people. We are strong people. And one of the things that was affecting us here in Upper Monkey Hill is that we had not become the landowners of the very land on which we toiled, build roads, and develop ourselves over all these years. And one of the things that has been happening is that a lot of you would approach to get development done, more development, to get a house built, to get electricity to your home, to get water to your home. And sometimes they would ask you, well, where is your land paper? And unfortunately, nada. Sometimes nothing to show. And as a result, you have challenges in developing yourselves, your family, and the community. And that is why I am here tonight. Because I remember walking, and I remember Zula. You all know Zula. His name is Paul, Leonard Paul, for those of you who don't know that. Professor Leonard Paul, better known as Zula. And he can tell you, his family is a long-living family here too, the Paul family. And he can tell you about his family members, his father, his aunts and so forth, how long they have been living right here in Upper Monkey Hill. And one day he asked me, he said, well, where I can't get my land paper? He asked me, I've been living here so long, how can I get my land paper? Zula going left, right, and center. But it's not him alone. He was just one of the many persons in Upper Monkey Hill who was being pushed around, pulled around to get the land paper. Because he understands how important is it to have that piece of paper in your hand. Land is empowerment. Land is wealth. Land is building your lives, your family lives, and the community. And that is why we decide that this community must have its development through land ownership. And I want to say to Zula tonight that I heard you. You were not speaking for yourself. You were speaking for the whole community. Because when I did my investigation, too much of us were living here without ownership to our land. And that had to change. And I told him I will change that. But the objective was not to change it for himself. The objective was, of course, to change it for the whole community. And when I looked at this list, I said to myself, well, look at all these people living in Upper Monkey Hill for this time. I could not believe so much of our people are living here without land ownership. When the Honorable Cedric Liebert was there, he worked tirelessly hard to develop this community. The roads that run through Upper Monkey Hill now, we started it with our hands. And when he became the representative, he made sure that we had a proper road through Upper Monkey Hill. But not only that, we went from a wooden bridge to know what is a wall bridge. Some of you drive across it and may not even realize that a bridge is there. Put your hands together for Cedric Liebert. And so he has done his part. And what he has done, he has passed on the baton to me. And I take that baton and I say, I have to take it a little bit further. And whoever comes after me, he or she has to take it a little bit further than me. It is a relay. You realize the relay? It is a relay from one generation to the next. But each generation we get better and better and better so that our people can realize their dreams. I've said and give a brief history of why we are here. But Upper Monkey Hill's history is unique. People don't know, but Upper Monkey Hill has its own dance. There's a dance called the quadrille. That was developed to some extent right on the plantation in Fountain, where the slave culture met the French culture and that type of dance developed. You all know that? The actors are only found in this part of the country, in Upper Monkey Hill, Stapleton, St. Peter's, because our forefathers used to also entertain on the plantation in Fountain, and actoring was one of them. So actoring goes back hundreds of years as well. You all know that? We have a long history. We are people of history. We not just come. It's a long time we are. And therefore we have to make sure that we correct what was wrong and to give ownership of the land to the people who deserve the ownership. And the land is free. And the reason why it's free is because you done put in all the work to own the land. You don't pay for the land. So we can't come and charge you for the land again. You've been living here for hundreds of years. You developed the land. So why should we charge you for something you don't work for and don't put in the money for? Your great-grandmothers, grandfathers, and your forefathers, they received nothing. But we are going to correct that tonight. So what they have put in, you will inherit. So let me call some of the names tonight because this is an ongoing exercise. And I am shocked when I see some of the names. I can't believe after so many years, you were never owners of your own land. And then we will call you again to get your land. But Edwin, Sergeant, they have been living on this land, and Andy Chumney, Sophie, who used to live across here. All these years, Sophie live on the land. Build a nice house across there and does not have ownership for the land. Can you imagine that? Lovell Charles occupied the land of his great-grandmother, who was sister or family to Sophie. Can you imagine that? No ownership. Miss Avenel Martin, Flaggy daughter, who was the head teacher of the St. Peter's Primary School and the deputy head of the Washington Archibald High School, and born on the land. 50 odd years she born on the land and no ownership for the land. Jonelle Truss Pemberton, that is Cedric Liebert's mother's land. Can you imagine Cedric Liebert's mother did not have ownership? That is to show how disenfranchised our people were here, our people here in Upper Monkey Hill are. And today we're going to correct that. Afia Chambers, Brandon Chambers, that's Jilly, and connected to Tone and Flaggy. I'm going to use nickname tonight. We are one people up here. Nathaniel Paul, Emmanuel Harris, and Kishma Webb. Kishi. He's up here, where me from? Chandrika David, who lived where Annie David lived, the longest living woman in the community, 100 plus when she passed away, God bless her soul. Mr. Levi Philip, you all know who that is, Bammy. Grew up here and born here. He is the brother of Isaiah Philip, who is an archdeacon now in the Anglican Church. You have Shavon Richardson, Sylvester Richardson, and Cleon Simmons. You know Sam, God bless his soul, who lived Cross Points. Avanette Langley, you know who that is. That's Maddie. And Maddie's mother, God bless her soul, who worked so long in the sugar industry. She was one of those women that my grandmother always told me about. That there was an accident with a tractor across Old Road. And she lost her life. God bless her. Lived and worked so hard, had her children, and no ownership to the land. Vernon Webb, who is her brother, Kaki. Selector. Shanisha Lee, Deancia Lee, William Lee. You all know the Lee, Smoker and family, who live cross points down the alley. The land is your one now. You could do your house now, shoot Smoker. Nobody could stop you. He right there. Alberta Bell, live cross points. Kevin Edwards. We know who Kevin Edwards is. Connected to Ulla. We go down Jean Foy, who live cross points for a very long time. Build a nice house cross there, no ownership to the home. That gonna end today. Lenora Lewis, who live down the alley cross points, has a house there, no ownership to the land. As we go through, Mary Collins and Nayoka Collins. How long Mary live up there? We used to call Mary Saki. No ownership to the land. That gonna end today. Denise and Kelvin Rollins, a married couple in Upper Monkey Hill, build a nice home up there, no ownership to the land. Kennedy Collins, who is Mary's brother, who is Mina's son, no ownership to the land. The France, Damien France, Denzel France, Jerome France, one France family live in Monkey Hill all these years, no ownership to the land. That will end today. Miss Angela Powell, who live on the top, has a house up there. No ownership. Mr. Floyd Lee, Gandhi, live on the land for a long time. No ownership to the land. And Leonard Paul, who brought this to me and tell me that something had to be done. He's here today as well. Mertlin Carty, Alva Martin, Avenel's brother. Craig Martin and Mrs. Andrea Martin, who live here. Craig been living in this community, born up here. Ricardo Harvey and Nigel and Kenisha Harvey. These are Hoodie's son and grandchild, who would have been up here well over 100 years. We have the Flanders family, who have been here a very long time. Samuel Jr. with his wife Cyrena Flanders, who also grew up here, and their daughter Leoncia. And then we have Raymond Flanders, Maurice Flanders, and Mrs. Teresita Flanders. We have Nigel Jeffers. I call the list to show that these are our people here in Upper Monkey Hill. Many of them would have built their own homes, and did not have ownership to the land. Many of them built their houses out of pocket with self-help. So if you walk through Monkey Hill and you see the homes, and a lot of them are of a certain size, it is because the people of Upper Monkey Hill industriously built their own homes. Put your hands to yourself, the people of Monkey Hill. And so I'm extremely proud tonight to bring justice to all of our people, to bring empowerment to all of our people, to say to you that from this day forth, your life will be different. Your land means wealth. Automatically, as soon as you get the land, your net worth gone up. Money in your bank, money in your pocket. It means that you can approach a bank if you want to expand your home. It means if you want to send your child to university, you can put up your land. It means if you want to establish your business, you can put up your land. And it means that when you approach any institution, private or in government, with your land paper, not a man or a woman could tell you differently. And I want to show you one of your land papers. Can you give me one? Because what I ensured and what we ensured is that you get your land paper. Not a piece of paper to say you will get the land. We're giving you the real paper. We have done the survey for you free of cost. We have done the legal work for you free of cost. And the land itself is free of cost. Everything that we can do free, we did it free. Now, this piece of paper is to say to you that you are the owner of your land. So listen to what this letter says. Congratulations to you and family on behalf on your recent land ownership. And then when we flip it, you see this real thing. Those of you who have land already, you see it. If you look at it, right here is the survey. Look at it. This is the real thing. This ain't no fake thing. Book and folder number, it has it right here. All of the information is right here when you look at it. Surveyed by V.C. Hendrickson in September 2025. This particular piece of land is for Edwin Sargent and Andy Chomney. He has on the reference, and it is signed by Versel C. Hendrickson. And over here is your COT, which says Certificate of Title. And in here you have the names for this one, Edwin Sargent and Andy Chomney of Upper Monkey Hill, St. Peter's. And this, with the official signature and stamp and seal and everything else, says that you are the owner of this piece of land. Put your hands together for the people of Upper Monkey Hill. And so I will finally wrap up by saying, it is a great achievement. I feel extremely proud. And sometimes I ask myself, especially when politics get tough, and I remind myself why I get into politics. And I remind myself why I am a Labour. Because this is what Labour does. Labour empowers people. Empowers people. From 1932 all the way up now to 2025, well over 90 years and heading to 100 years. This is the oldest political party in the English-speaking Caribbean. No party in Jamaica is older than this one. No party in Trinidad is older than this one. No party in Barbados is older than this one. No party in Guyana is older than this one. As a matter of fact, many of those parties took the example from the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party to establish themselves. It is about people empowerment. That is why we are here tonight. And so when you get your land, I want you to always remember, it is because the fight started since 1932 to empower the people of this country, the people of Upper Monkey Hill, why I'm here this evening. So as you get your land, feel proud of yourself. You have worked hard for it. You have dedicated yourself to get it. You deserve it, and no one can take it away from you. So to my people of Upper Monkey Hill, my neighbors, my family members, my fellow villagers, those of you who I grew up with, this is where my navel string berry. And I'm happy to be back to deliver justice that was denied us for hundreds of years. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Long live Upper Monkey Hill, and long live the people of Upper Monkey Hill. From this day onward, more empowerment to you. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, PM, for your remarkable input. As we wind down now, I would now like to call on my permanent secretary, Ms. Shesdo Tyson, to commence with the distribution of the certificates.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. Honorable Prime Minister, and my parliamentary representative, my boss, Dr. Joel Clark, my MC, members of government, good evening. Let me just put this event into context from the ministry's perspective. You heard the Prime Minister, so I don't have to repeat anything the Prime Minister said. But I'm confirming that land ownership is legacy. I am confirming that land ownership is money in the bank. And I'm confirming that land ownership is pride. And that is what you're going to get right now. However, I'm going to mention one or two things. First of all, the Prime Minister said something that I've been thinking for the last couple of months. I kept saying the people of Upper Monkey Hill are the fittest people because working up here was no joke. We went uphill, downhill, cross hill, under the hill. How you know, boy? How you know? Ingot, between trees, cross bridge, through alleys. And as you can see how fat I am, at one point I had to turn sideways just to get down to an alley, just to get down to a home. It was not a joke. It was difficult. But we had the support of the cabinet, and we did it. Now, we had three particular challenges. We had many challenges, but one of them was the terrain. You stay downtown and you look up Monkey Hill. It's not as easy to walk as you think. So the terrain was a challenge. Secondly, I was amazed at the social fabric. It seems as though everybody up here is a family. Somehow they seem interrelated. And so we had to refer some families for counseling, for guidance, for legal help, because they couldn't decide how to cut the land, where to cut it. It's not a piece, so you just slice it up in 8 equal parts. No, not over there, so. No, go cross this. We had that kind of challenge. And I realized it's because they were interconnected and they did not want to offend each other. The third problem we had, and I did not understand it until the Prime Minister explained it to me, was trust, lack of trust. I realized that the people up here did not trust us. And so we had to warm them up before we penetrate the community. Good afternoon. Inside, they look out, watch you. Good afternoon. They're watching you. And I'm like, why is it that they are not responding? So I had a conversation with the Prime Minister, and he explained what happened previously. So I said, oh, that's the reason. I said, all right, so let's try another tactic. Good afternoon. The Prime Minister sent me, oh, yes. You have to beat them at their own game. And that helped. Now, today, we are doing 38 families. I had 112 names, so we are not finished. But because of the difficulties in reaching the people, as I said, the challenges we had, so we decided let's go in batches. And so today we are doing the first batch. Now, last week, Friday, Saturday, we gave up the letters. I honestly had almost 1 million cards, if it were possible to count them, on Saturday. I had to literally turn my phone off. Because when people realized, boy, this is serious, that is when they started coming out. And so a lot of people did not get today because they responded late. So we are going to come back. Prime Minister, I'm making a commitment. The work is not done. You ain't going to fire me. So I am coming back. So he ain't firing me. So we are coming back, and we are going to do the other batch. So those of you who did not get today, or you will not get today, you are going to get in the next batch. If you don't see anyone reach you, reach out to us, okay? Just that maybe we couldn't find you, you're at work or whatever. So we are going to continue. And we are going to try our best to complete this by December, so everybody can get their certificates. So, oh yes, man, I have a man of business right behind here, so definitely, definitely. So we are going to finish. 3 things I must mention before I give you your certificates. 1, the land is free. Free, free, free. The land is free. There's no cost. Secondly, the ministry is fulfilling the mandate of the cabinet, which is to issue the legal document of ownership. The Prime Minister showed you. And thirdly, as he mentioned, all landowners are expected to pay the government tax. The average land size is about, say, 6,000. We have up to 17 or 18,000. One person got, yes, up to 17 or 18,000. One person had a land that size. But the average size is about 6,000, which when I calculated it, would be just about $700 for the tax. No, it's your one-term payment. So what we have done, don't worry, the government has given permission for you to pay that amount over the period of a year. Now, I just heard that people who got their land yesterday went this morning and paid their tax. But you don't have to do it in one payment if you can't afford it. So you have over the period to pay your amount over a year. So you will go to Inland Revenue, they will tell you how much your land, the tax is, and then you will pay it over time. Okay? Yeah, well, as I said, is the average is about $700. 6,000, yes. And you have a year to pay whatever your tax is, yes. Okay, now with those few words, I have to mention as well one last thing, that on Thursday afternoons, the minister said it, we are, in our offices, we deal with land matters. So you come and see us on Thursday afternoons from 1:30. Normally we're there until whenever the last person leaves. Sometimes it can be up to 6 o'clock. Sometimes it is that long. So we are there to assist. So if you have any problems, please come and see us on Thursday afternoons. Now, with all of that said, in my capacity as permanent secretary of the Ministry of Sustainable Development, I now distribute these lands on behalf of the government to the people of New Amsterdam. Upper Monkey Hill. I'm going to say it again. It's so much land I give out, I get it mixed up. You understand? Because we gave out yesterday morning, we gave out yesterday afternoon, and we're here again. And we ain't done. Minister, we have 2 more areas to finish. We have saddlers. We still have saddlers. So we have to finish that. And we have the abbots. We still have to finish that as well. So, on behalf of the ministry, I give these lands to the people of Upper Monkey Hill. The land is yours. So, let's go. We have our list. Okay, the Prime Minister, hold on to my list. All right. I'm inviting my ministers to come forward. No problem, no problem, no problem. I'm asking my MC to help me with the names.
Okay, first we'll have Mr. Edwin Sargent and Mr. Andy Chumney. Okay, Mr. Lovell Charles. Avanel Martin. Avanel Martin. Okay, Miss Joan Truss Pemberton. Miss Afia K. Chambers and Mr. Brandon A. Chambers. Mr. Nathaniel Paul. No. Emmanuel Harris and Miss Kishima Webb. Kishma. Miss Chandrika David Pringle. Mr. Cuthbert Levi Phillip. Miss Shavern Richardson and Mr. Sylvester Richardson. Avanet Langlaise. Mr. Vernon Webb. Shanicia Lee. Mr. Elvis Brown. Deancia Lee. Albertha Bell. Mr. William Lee. Mr. Kevin Edwards. Miss Lenora Lewis. Miss Jean Foy. Jean Foy. Jean Foy. Miss Mary Collins Rogers and Miss Nayoka Collin. Denicia and Kelvin Rollins. Kennedy Collins. Damien France. Mr. Denzel France. Mr. Jerome France. Miss Angela Powell. Mr. Floyd Lee.
Yes, Rastafari, bless. These are the man. These are the woman. I happy as I can be for these. These, I'm joyful for the art.
Mr. Leonard Paul. Call it. Miss Marthin Carty. Alva Martin. Craig Martin and Miss Andrea Martin. Mr. Nigel Jeffers. Mr. Ricardo Harvey. Yeah. You don't give Nigel Jeffers? Which one next? Miss Kanisha Harvey. Mr. Samuel Flanders, Miss Serene Flanders. Raymond Flanders. And finally, Maurice Flanders and Miss Teresa Flanders.
Okay, go ahead. Have it? 38 families have been empowered tonight. Congratulations to all of you. You are the newest landowners in St. Kitts. I had such a difficult time, ladies and gentlemen, deciding who to respond. Who should I ask to respond? Avanel is here? Mr. Lee? Avanel? Mr. Lee? Yes, okay, come, Mr. Lee.
Yes. Good night to everyone in St. Peter's. Welcome to St. Peter's. My name is Floyd Lee. I am 60 years old. August gone the 10th make me 60. I went to Sustainable after Unity went take power to deal with this thing after 30-something years. My daughter there 36 years, and the land survey even before that. And they told me I will not get it. You understand? So I come here to deal with that. And I so happy the general, the boss, get the job done. Now, I want to say something because it come like it tax got a little problem with people. But if you buy the land right away from somebody, you have to pay tax. And if you get it free, I don't see no reason why you're going to get you to pay the tax. Now, when you check it out, now I'm not going to gun. But if you got a gun and you not got in a shot, might as well you're not going to gun. This is the shot. You can shoot where you want to shoot. Now, I'm not telling nobody to shoot nobody. I just all join a reference. This little gentleman here, my grandson, this little, stand here, this little youngster, my grandson, I love him very much. And this man, he live with me. And he was one of the first to get piece of this land already, even before I get this. Even before I get this in my hand, he done got where belongs to him. And not only that, I take my time and buy some blocks. I'm a builder. And started something for him. Because as the government empower Floyd, I'm happy to empower my children and my grandchildren. And that is the future we're talking about. And the people before, they does not just take away, they destroy us. Well, listen, the Prime Minister gave us some long down White House. The first thing Unity did, they take pay under the table to take the land from us and sell it to the Russian. Yes, and Russia have a habit to interfere with people like fight war. We have bad neighbors. But anyway, the thing is it, if they had give the community the land when they took it from us, I would be so happy. But I all time sad. When I drive down the road I walk, I sad. Because we invest with money. Timothy have a habit to root people off of the land. He killed Ben Phipps, thinking he'll kill me. But he can't get me dead in the Rasta, man. And me got me land. And he can't move this year again. And my children and grandchildren will be happy for the rest of their life. Thank you very much. Prime Minister, I'll come and love you up here. Yeah, man. And the picture go there. Yeah, the picture go there. You gotta take the picture right here. Picture, boss? Thank you so much. My children, I'm happy. Watch. They can go when they want to go, when they want to go. If they see a house and they sell, they cut off fees. And they carry that. And if your next house to sell, they cut off fees.
Thank you, Floyd. Thank you, Floyd. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies, you heard it from the people, and gentlemen, from the mouth of the people, the truth is spoken. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who made it out today. This morning, the weather was threatening, but as the day went by, as my minister likes to say, good things must happen, and this happened. So on behalf of the Ministry of Sustainable Development, I express profound gratitude to all of you. My staff, I always have to acknowledge my staff. Come. Director, right behind me, yes. My director, Tuckett. Yes, yes. And his team. Where are my surveyors? And my draftmen, yes. Let me tell you, while they're coming, you know, working in this community is like knitting. You have to put it together. That's what we had to do. So these are my staff, my draftsmen, Leon and Ishmael, yes, and my administrative team. This lady is my surveyor, Aixa. She's one of my surveyors. Yes. The Ministry of Sustainable Development. Yes, come ahead, Dimitri. Indeed. These, of course, the minister, yes. This is the power behind the success, my staff. Let's give them a round of applause. The lawyers, Ms. Tashna Powell Williams and her team. AG, thank you very much. I know it was very harassing, but we got it done. The parks and beaches, they cleaned up and planted flowers. Oh man, yes. Thank you very much, Skelec. The media, the new landowners, thank you very much for your support. And thank you for keeping us on our toes. Land registry, I can't forget you. Excellent job. Now, as I said, we are going to come back. We are not finished. So those of you who didn't hear your names came, because people came expecting to hear their names and they didn't get letters. We are coming back. We are not finished. Okay? So by December, we are going to be finished with the entire community, and all of you will get your certificates of titles. We're going to have a group photo. All persons who receive their lands, please just come to the front. I hope this is a good spot. And then afterwards, we have the party. So we have refreshments for everyone, more than enough. Don't leave. Be a part of the success.